Welcome back, guys. Well, what we got on the bench now, short story long. First model R1, or is it 90? It's either a 98 or a 99. Early Yamaha R1. Bit of a story to this one. So this is a one owner bike. The guys owned it from brand new. It's got some history. It's done a couple of race seasons. It's been a road bike. It used to be blue and now it's red. Yeah, there's a lot going on with this one. So what the owner wants me to do, it's also stood for a long time as well. I can't remember how many years, but quite a long time. I've been tasked with turning it into, it's not really a restoration in the true sense of the word. He just wants a nice functional road bike. He's told me that he's not too worried what it looks like cosmetically, he just wants it to function correctly. I'm not sure my OCD is going to allow that, and I think there might be a little bit of vapor blasting of a few parts and perhaps a little bit of Cerakote. The exhaust looks horrible. I could vapor blast the footrest hangers. There's stuff I could do to just make it a little bit nicer. Anyway, yeah, it needs quite a lot doing to it. So at first glance, calipers need going through, brakes are seized on, new pads, it needs fork stanchions. Forks are rusty, so it wants a complete fork rebuild with new stanchions. It wants chain of sprockets. It wants wheel bearings front and rear. You sort of get the picture. The radiator looks extremely second-hand. You can get a second-hand. You can get an aftermarket new radiator for not a huge amount of money. So that's probably what's going to happen there. So the elephant in the room is really the engine. Now apparently the engine was rebuilt, whatever that means, a few thousand miles ago as a race engine, and it cranks and it sort of starts. It's a bit sort of three-cylindery and it doesn't make any horrible rattles or bangs, so we need to, I apologize, that's my phone, it doesn't make any horrible rattling banging sounds. The engine sounds quite tight and, you know, up and together. The alarming thing is when it does start, it pisses coolant out all over the floor immediately. Somewhere up, the water's coming from somewhere around the top of the cylinder head and running down the other side. I'll show you in a second. We need to address that first, because if there's something catastrophic wrong with the engine, then the rest of it, obviously we don't want to be ordering parts for it. It could be, for those of you that are familiar with these, there's two coolant pipes that go into the top of the cylinder head in between the spark plugs, and then they come out as, it's like a metal pipe that's formed and comes out as one, and a rubber pipe connects. Those O-rings where those pipes go into the cylinder head, I mean, back in the day when these were new and I was working on them, they used to fucking work. They used to leak just for fun. You do valve clearance services, you had to be super careful, always use new O-rings, blah-de-blah. They were a pain in the arse back in the day. It could be that those pipes do rust. It's coming from that area. So let's get stop waffling, let's get the tank up, get the airbox off, and let's eyeball those water pipes and make sure, because I'm a little bit worried, has it just had water in it, and has it been left and has it frozen or something? We need to, let's look at that before I start making a shopping list and ordering loads of parts. Right, tank up. Oh, okay. Oh, not attached. Oh, ram air lock. Okay. Oh god, it looks like it's already all been apart. Those clips are missing off there. Right, camera's in the way. Let me get you a better view. Okie dokie. So this engine, the choke is missing its lever piece and it's completely solid. So I'm going to give it a little snifter of go-go juice. I'm just wanting to get it to fire just so I have actually heard it already, but I wanted to get it to run a little bit longer than half a second just so I can try and get it, is that in focus? Try and get a sense of if the engine's going to make any mechanical horrible noises. I'm assuming not. Right, let's crank it over. It sounds alright, to be fair. takes throttle. There's no horrible noises coming from it, and I can already see, hang on, let's get a light. See down in there? Can you see the water around that? I'll put an arrow on the screen around that water pipe. It looks like, from here, it looks like that pipe has rotted through. And then that pipe goes up and it goes to the thermostat up there. Okay. Right. I'm going to call this engine alright based on the fact that the owner said the engine's sound. It doesn't sound horrible. It's sort of on 4 cylinders there. Obviously it needs love. What I will do next is I'll take the plugs out. Obviously airline to death around them, because there's going to be lots of crud down in there. Let's do a compression test. If it compression tests okay, it's not knocking its brains out, we'll call that good enough, and then we can start compiling. That's the right word, isn't it? We'll start compiling a shopping list of parts that we need. We start actually fixing it, and while I'm waiting on the parts I can give it a really good clean and getting my ducks in a row ready for when the bits arrive. Right, onwards. Okie coke. So a little bit of variation. I'm not alarmed by that particularly. This thing stood for a long time. I'm guessing with, you know, well, one of the valves is going to be open on one of the cylinders. That's just how it is. So you can't really, not pay much attention, but you can't really get a proper measure of this until it's been running properly, you know, been through a couple of heat cycles, got fresh oil in it, etc. Redo a compression test after that. So nothing alarming there particularly. So based on that, I'm going to go and make a shopping list, and I'm going to order a load of parts, and when they all arrive I'll bring you back in. Okay guys, so several weeks later I've been shopping. Now this isn't the definitive list of parts, because as it's come apart there are a few other things I need to order, but as a starting point, so these are the 2 radiator pipe jobbies for the top of the cylinder head. I have since discovered, in fact let me grab it, stand by, the one coming out of the water pump. Are you getting that? Maybe put a better picture of it on the screen. Need to try and get one of those because it's absolutely dissolved. Now then, I think clearly what has gone on is it's a race bike, isn't it? So it hasn't had any, what's the word, coolant in it that's had any anti-corrosive properties. It's just had water, hasn't it? Because it's a race bike. So yeah, so the whole of the inside of the cooling system is dissolving. I'm hoping to Christ that it hasn't ever frozen at any point, but it's going to need a really good cleaning out, that the cooling system. And I'll put some pictures on the screen, but the water pump is looking a little bit dodgy. There's a load of rusty sludge sat in the bottom of the water pump, so just going to have to clean it out as best we can. I think I'll probably make some sort of plug for the water pump end and then fill it up with some cooling system cleaner and just let it sit, and then I can flush it through from the top with a hot hose pipe. Just, yeah, try and get the engine clean. I'll show you the bike in a bit, but it's more apart than when you last saw it. The radiator's off, all the bodywork's off. I wanted to get a proper eyeball of it before I started ordering parts. Anyway, let's do a very quick unboxing of the bits I've got. It's weeks since this stuff arrived, so I genuinely can't remember what I've ordered. So that is the rear wheel bearing kit with all the seals and all the bearings. So that's that. Let's get rid of that. What else we got? Keep the invoices in a pile. Very nice. Samco Sport black full hose kit for it with all the hoses, along with, I highly recommend, if you're going to do hoses,
like all your hoses on something, also get, I've got a full stainless hose clamp kit as well. It's just a, yeah, kind of obvious, isn't it, really? Right, what else have we got? I've got, did you see, I think I showed you the choke cable, didn't I, that was just dangling. I've got this idea to use, this is a Fireblade choke cable, and make a little bracket for the top yoke, but I'm thinking the left-hand handlebar switch isn't the correct one, and I've got a possible source for another handlebar switch, which means we can go back to the original little choke arm, which then also might mean that we need to get rid of those clip-ons and use genuine Yamaha handlebars. I don't know, it's all gonna, yeah, let's get rid of this lot, because this box is a big box. So in here should be a new radiator. Oh, fucking polystyrene bits, just what the workshop needs. Get rid of you down there. Okay. This, I can't remember how much it was, I'll flash it on the screen. Fucking hell, it's nice too. It was not a lot of money when you compare it to a genuine Yamaha rad. Fucking hell, it's quite nice. Radiator cap as well. Yeah, not much money for what it is, so that's that. Oh my god, I hate that noise! Ugh, goes fucking through me. Oh yeah, and previously mentioned, didn't I? Obviously new O-rings for those water pipes. That's a given. Fucking hell, why is this so heavy? Holy fucking shit, what's in here? Ugh. Fuck, not the camera. Well done, dickhead. Ah, why are you so heavy? It's like it's made of fucking lead. Okay. What we got in here then? Fork seal set. These are basically genuine seals. They're knock seals, I think. Anyway, fork seals. What else we got? We've got EBC double H pads, front and rear. We've got fork oil. We've got engine oil. We've got some coolant, which is sort of just for general workshop use, really. I was just running low on that. We've got a chain of sprocket kit, ZVMX DID. And we've got, I'm assuming this must be front wheel bearings, is it? You're just going to make me tear you open, are you? Yes, just an assortment of bearings and seals for the front wheel. So far, I think that's all I've got. I'm going to need more stuff. I'm going to need the pipe for the water pump. I'm really not liking how that water pump looks in there, but we'll address that at the end. I'm going to, do you know? I don't know, maybe you do. The water pump is inside the engine on these R1s, as in the exhaust pipe and the sump's got to come off. So if the pump's got to come off, that'll be a nightmare, but I'm going to try and avoid that as best I possibly can. Okay, that's a bit, oh, one more box. I do apologise. One more box. Let's get rid of that lot. There's my knife. Okay. This is going to be the worst of all the jobs. I just know it is. Because this isn't my first rodeo. Oh yeah, there's loads more stuff in here. Of course there is. Okay. Fork bushes. Fork bushes. More fork bushes. That is a rear brake caliper seal kit. That is a front brake caliper seal kit. I've got 4 carburetor kits, some keister kits. I'll get into that. The carbs are here on the bench in pieces at the moment. Yeah, let's not talk about that. I'd rather use genuine Yamaha bits ideally, but this bill is going to be... Oh yeah, okay, more fork bushes, sorry, excuse me. Set of spark plugs, and then, yeah, these. So I've got new stanchions for this. Have you ever tried to remove the fork bottom from the stanchion on, well, on any motorbike really? Fucking swear words come out, I tell you, because... Let me get this. Is that coming out on camera? See how it's threaded? Well, they're threaded into the fork bottom, and then there's a grub screw that holds it in place. They're also thread locked in. They are a fucking mission to get apart. So the plan is I'm going to take the fork bottom off the old stanchion, and I'm going to Cerakote the fork bottom silver, and then rebuild a nice set of forks. Obviously new bushes, new seals, oil, etc. So we've got a nice set of forks. That I think is probably going to be the worst of all the jobs. I mean, I might be lying. If I've got to get that water pump out at some point, that's probably going to make me swear quite a lot. Anyway, so that's where I'm up to. I've got a load of parts. I'll start taking it apart now. I'm going to concentrate on the front end, I think. Get the front wheel out, get the calipers off, get the forks out. I want to get these forks ticked off the list first, because I just know that is going to be a bit of a sticking point potentially. We can rebuild the calipers. The carbs are already here, underway. We'll just start picking our way through it, and I'll share as much as I can with you. I think that'll probably do for the part 1. Appreciate you all, guys. Like and subscribe if you can. Not much more to say, really. I think I'm due a brew. I'm going to go in the house and make one. Right, catch you all soon.